Well, we will see. Can the Warriors extend their impressive start? Some could argue that they are the best team in the league so far. That's an early pluck. Nice way to start for Jazz Gaming. An easy 2 off the tip-off.
Yeah, called out Kaze, said he's going to have to be the one to set the defensive tone. But, of course, anytime that you can get your shooting guard already involved in towards the mix, that'll help you out as much with Kel being the duo up top with him. That's the way to silence it.
Oh, CB13. Is that, I don't even know if that's a fast break 3. I'll call it a pull-up 3 for now. That's how you get your offense set.
Well, guys, whether we agree or disagree if this is the best team in the NBA 2K League this season, the Warriors are stacked. They have a lot of stars. But if you would give them a flaw, what would it be?
Hold on, before we jump into that point, I'm going to answer it. Got to talk about our home in Washington, D.C. for the 2023 season here in the NBA 2K. They got to thank Events DC. They've been great hosts this season. And, of course, we can't wait to get back out there to District E for 5 versus 5 to see how crazy that's going to be. All right, Autumn. Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes. I mean, if you disagree or if you agree that the Warriors are the best in the NBA 2K League, they have a lot of stars, a lot of MVPs, a lot of success. Obviously, no chip, as we mentioned, but they are an elite group. If they did have a flaw, what would it be?
Ooh. I don't know. Maybe hash defense, CB13 and Mama. I would say they have okay defensive reputations, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to pick out a weakness, especially from what we've seen so far on them. I haven't seen too much yet.
That's okay.
But that's
great. That's a great
yet.
problem.
Yeah, that's a big yet there. So far, I would say that scoring-wise, they probably have the best scoring backcourt in the league with Mom and CB13. I think the only people who can fight that is obviously T-Wolves Gaming. Can't wait to see these two teams eventually square off. That's going to be a blast. Maybe the best 2 teams in the league, both in the Western Conference this year. 1-point lead early for Warriors Gaming Squad. Im Dat Man, he's been eaten. Kenny got work. The other MVP, he gets the steal and the slam. Nice run here for Warriors Gaming Squad. A little 7-2 run.
Yeah, when you're putting up points like they are offensively, like you can't say the offense is the weak point. There's just no shot. So immediately it's got to be on the defensive side. Even then, they look good. I mean, we always have teams that separate themselves typically in both regards at some point going in towards 5 versus 5. Last year was like a little bit of the opposite. Still had the Wiz, who really weren't scoring much, but playing phenomenal defense. Then it was the polar opposite. You had the T-Wolves who were scoring a lot and not very good on defense. So you need to find that perfect balance.
10-7 here. Warriors Gaming Squad in control early. Getting into Mama. He's been cooking. Probably a shot, maybe made shot away from getting takeover already. He's got 3 makes. CB13 trying to work out here against Kel on the hash. CB. Shake and bake. Nice pass to Seese, and he finds Nate down low. Beautiful basketball for Golden State. They move up by 5.
I think the best thing, too, is that when you are switching out the power forward position, despite how good Seese is, it's all about getting that chemistry and how quick they have been able to gel over the bye week when the trade ended up going through. So let's just say they probably had 4 days to probably work with after the trade.
And Seese has looked like one of the best players in the league so far. As Kel tries to get the dunk meter, he can't. And here comes the Warriors. They're going to run. Ooh, a personal foul. Almost a clear path, but just behind that divider line. Warriors trying to get 2 off the easy inbound. That's not going to happen. We'll kick it back out to CB. Charlie, mid-range, puts it down on Rhea. What a run for the Dubs. 14-7 now in the first quarter.
We've been talking a lot about Seese and how he got onto this roster. We caught up with Im Dat Man, original 102, a former MVP, to talk about how important it is to get him on the squad.
We made a trade for Seese. He's a great player. People look at him as probably the best power forward in the league by far. And he just brings a different dynamic when it comes to defense and swinging and putting everybody in great spots.
Power forward's dream, Harris, to go from Cavs Legion GC and all of a sudden you wake up to a phone call, hey, you're going to Golden State. Like, oh, I'm going to Golden State, okay.
Especially this team. I mean, primed for a title. Mama with another steal. I mean, look, they have the offense, Dirk. It's going to be the defense that decides whether or not they can get over the edge, and Seese is that guy. If they want to really, get to a title this year and maybe win that title, A lot of it is going to come from that new acquisition of power forward as Mama from the elbow. That one will be a miss. Nice rebound there for Maria. Looked like Nate was about to get the worm. 7-point lead here for the Dubs. Minute 20 to go in the first quarter. And, ooh, almost a backcourt. They got the timeout, though.
I think the thing I love most, too, is that Kenny got work. He's had this, I don't want to call it like an identity crisis, but when you have a season 3 like he did, it is so hard to try to continue that level of play. And then we move into the past couple league builds where it's just been a lot harder to go out there and try to score. We've preached his versatility, $250,000 winner back in 2K17 when he was playing with Stiltro. He was playing power forward at that time. So any of the OGs in the 2K community, they know Kenny got work. He is like a guy. Do I want to call him 1 through 5? I'm going to call him 1 through 5, Harris. Why not? Why not? He's an OG. He's been playing it for a while. He's probably played a little bit of center in his time. I like him just kind of settling down, like, you know what? I'm going to embrace this lockdown role. I'm going to play it to the best of my abilities and try to go out there with the best of them. And just the fact that the core that you're surrounding himself in, these players is in probably the best spots that a lot of them have been in their careers to go out there and make a title run here in 5s.
Well, Kenny got work. He's played 4 positions in the NBA 2K League. He had his MVP year at point guard. Played a lot of shooting guard in his time, playing lockdown this year. Had a couple starts at power forward over the years as well. Not many, but a couple. As Demon JT says in the chat, 1 through 4.
There we go.
Might be able to play center.
I was accurate in my assessment, but yeah, I mean, hey, you never know. I mean, Seam came out there. Look at the stuff that Seam's doing.
Nice shot out of the corner for Charge. That'll be a miss. Nice rebound from Nay. I think this Warriors gaming squad team, though, Dirk, would be happy if they never have to try the Kenny at center thing. He's going to get picked off there. As CB tries to get the deflection, Kaze will get it over to Charger. He'll put up another 3. That one will rattle out. Nice rebound there from Nay again. We're under a minute left to go here in the first. Mama's got it now. He's cooled off a little bit. Let's see if he can heat back up.
Yeah, Warriors games are starting to look like one of these teams that you play against to when you get open misses, those ones just hurt so much. Like, you need everything against this squad.
Nice slam there from CB. They've doubled up Jazz Gaming here in the first quarter. It's now 18-9. Over to the corner. Charger. The 2-for-1 opportunity is gone. Pass over to Kel. That one's going to go. Sorry, that was Rec Combos on the off ball. That ball zipped past Mama's hands. Cuts the lead to 6. Let's see how the Dubs respond.
They can't give up anything, especially a 3 here. That would hurt a lot.
A back-breaking possibility. 5 seconds on the clock. CB's got to get going. Pulls up from 3. That one's not going to go. Nice board from Nate. Back out to Mama. His 3-pointer. That one's not going to go either. And it's 18-12. A nice early lead for the Dubs.
I'm on that man. This has to be something where Kel has to step up to the task because Mama only has 5 points right now. That scoring total is probably going to get towards 20 by the end of this ball game.
Let's get the second quarter going here. Warriors game squad up by 6. JT says in the chat that me sitting down is weird. Look, I'm calling the games tonight, JT. I got to keep the mic in front of me. You know me. When I'm standing up, I got a tendency to pace around. I'm moving all over the place. I got to keep my mic square in front of me or production's going to yell at me. So, yeah, I'll be standing back up next week. But for now, we got Dirk in the color spot. I'm over here in the main C. We got Autumn in the hosting chair. Got the Season 4 trio out here.
Yeah, like, I stand a lot for 5s when we're in person. But, oh, man, I can't. I think I get a drive of adrenaline being out there with you guys and with the players and everything to be able to stand up for the entirety of a 5s game. That on top of my little injury, my little tweak to my groin, you know, I'm perfectly fine sitting down. It looks weird for me sitting down, man. I can't. I'm like, how's my posture looking? If I sit too high up, is half my head cut off on top of the screen?
Autumn, you should see what this man was doing to our chairs on the broadcast desk while we were going through the 3v3. As Kenny got work, makes an 11-point lead, the biggest of the game so far. He's just slamming the chair down after these big plays. Sometimes he's sitting down and he starts to, like, pogo stick jump on them as well. Derek is a wild man when he's in the mood.
Hey, he gets in his bag. You can't stop him.
It's
absolutely.
Autumn, I don't even know what was going through my head the first time I was doing it. Like, I was just, like, sitting down, and, you know, the game was, like, back and forth, just dunk, 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 dunk. I'm like, give me something. Game-winning 3. I think it was, like, greens on his fadeaway, and my natural instinct for some reason was to grab under the chair and just start hopping, like, up and down with it. And the production team, people in the venue are just looking like, what is this guy doing? Like, why? And I almost fell. I've almost fallen one time, and that's it.
I was impressed by the strength that he had to do it. Nice slam there, 23-14 now.
I've been slacking on my gym grind.
I think it's because Dirk and I spent all 3 days at the soccer field that week.
That is true.
Against the Pixon. Yeah, you're getting it done. It was fun. Played a little footy while we were out there. It was a good time.
And
I did not enjoy myself.
You weren't there.
Well, when we get
you
back,
get an invite. No, you get an invite for Fives when we go out there. Yeah, we know the spot.
We're going back. We're going back.
Okay.
It had a dog park right behind the field too, like on the opposite side of the fence. So you're just seeing all these different dogs. It was heaven.
That was fun. That was a good time. Oh, big time block there off the corner for Charger. Here comes Jazz Gaming. Let's see if they can cut into this lead. They will not. They will get fouled. No clear path again. 9-point deficit for Utah.
I need JT out on the soccer field, though. Sorry, if Haas is watching, football field, I need JT out there. He's like, I ain't never kicked, but I was like, I'll go out. So maybe we need that.
Direct combos from 3. That's not going to go. Easy board from Maria. He'll get fouled. It was fun. It was fun playing a little goalie. I'm very out of practice on him. It's funny because Dirk, I don't know how often Dirk plays soccer anymore. I know he has his indoor league during. Yeah, now he's playing a lot more, but this dude's like popping 25-yard curl shots into the top corner of the box, and he's like, yeah, I play goalie. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. Nice miss there. Let's head to a listen with the Warriors gaming squad. They get a 9-point lead here in the second quarter.
Yo, I want Kenny to get it. How much Kenny? The dog's cutting him. Hey, Kenny.
That is it. Full corner.
Yeah. A.
Awesome.
A. Come set it.
Yeah, man, I get up.
Wop. Let's go wop. Let's go wop. Let's go wop. Oh, come on.
Lead him out. Don't gotta get too giddy. This one professional. Come on, everybody.
Good, Seese.
Stay underneath. Stay underneath.
I'm good. Go.
I
did. Look in the dome running. Step. It's cool. Yep. And one. And one. No, touch it, Jay. Touch it. Touch it.
Who touched it?
Dude, it's cool. Take them both, bro. Take them both.
Listen.
Just 1 point difference.
If somebody calls, everybody. Speak up. We got headphones off. We got to speak.
Hey, we hear off.
I don't care what it is. Come on.
Let's go, fellas. Be right here. 12.
I'm giving this just a watch.
Come on, man. 2 minutes. This shit up, man.
Got my cut.
You got something 15?
One only. One.
Hey, corner.
Yes, good defense.
Oh.
Good defense, boy.
I want you to pick that shit up.
Watch the cut.
Let's go, Jade. I'm anything from badge. Not anything, but almost anything.
Hey, look, run this defense again. Next time they take the ball, let's just get the stay off. I want them to score. Come on, man. They only score on free throws.
Look in the dome, going. Cool. Damn. Not popular.
31-18 here. Warriors gaming squad. They're up by 13 now. A couple of big-time shots from the outside. Jazz Gaming not doing too much on the offensive side of the ball. Really think the lock needs to start taking over. Kaze pretty quiet offensively. Charger puts it down. That cuts the lead to 11. Mama on the left side. He has been on fire so far in this game. He's leading the league, leading the game in points. CB wanted the pull up 3, couldn't find it. We're under a minute left to go here in the first half. CB cuts a Kenny and he puts it down. Nice dunk there. It's a 13-point lead now.
Yeah, the listener was it was interesting because I don't know if you heard, like, Coach Mike He's being very quiet, and we brought it up before in this game. Bag Motion told us they're actually neighbors in the practice room. So I think that's why I've seen him so monotone with some of the words they say. You know, you don't want to give out too much information.
Yeah, it seemed like they were whispering.
Yes. Which is weird for a Warriors gaming squad team that's usually quite loud. Kenny over him. Oh, love the sound off the green. A 7% covered. And down, man down. You know, it's funny, Derek, people keep saying they're mad about Locks hitting that shot. The only person I've been seeing hit it is Kenny got work. He's giving him it out of the corner. They cut the lead to 14 here. Let's see how the Warriors want to end the first half.
It's really been the Kenny got work special. I remember when he debuted an opening night against Ant and Piston GT.
He's got another one there. Mama's going to get plugged. Here come the Jazz, a chance to cut it to the lead. Wreck in transition, out to him. Now he's not going to hit it. 36-22, back-to-back 18-point quarters for Warriors gaming squad. They have a commanding 14-point lead. We'll head into the halftime break. We'll see you on the other side.
It's definitely that shooting guard in the power forward position. Those could be the pieces that they look forward to as 5 versus 5 goes on. Like, wow, if we maybe go into next year's draft, try to change things up. It's still so early, though. You never know what people are capable of in this type of scenarios, but in the early parts, you're really going to see all your flaws start to be exposed at a lot higher of a level. But that's why it's good. You get this first week out of the way, you go into the weekend, clear your head, and then try to get right coming back into the second week.
Only week 1 and still more time left on the clock. Harris, take it away.
Well, let's do it. 36-22, Warriors gaming squad in complete control as CB13 lights it up from behind the arc to open up the second half. Big time shot. 39-22. Sometimes, man, you know, basketball is a simple game, Dirk. One team is hitting threes, the other one, yeah, not so much. 7 of 11 to 2 for 10 on the other side. That's all it takes.
Oh, man, it's just pouring it on. You know what else we've been pouring on for the past couple nights? It's locker code time. It's time for another 2KL takeover going down right now. Type 2KL space takeover in the chat for some 2KL gear. If you win, the chat will be flooded by the NBA 2K League Twitch channel. And make sure you check out the takeover. It's actually going down right now as we speak. So make sure you have the stream open watching the gameplay. Make sure you got the PS5 open all the way till midnight Eastern time to celebrate the 5v5 season by heading over to the 2KL in-game store. You can grab your favorite 2KL team top to receive an NBA 2K League logo like the pros and earn double XP on your grind to try to hit level 40 going into this season. I might, during one of these breaks, turn on my PS5. I might go to the city because I want to see. Because I know for other events that they do, when they include a logo on top of the head, everybody's rocking it. So it'll be nice to see it flooded out there with the 2KL logo.
Ooh, yeah, I'd love to see that as well. Probably a whole lot of fun on 2K today. A little 2KL takeover. Everybody spamming it in the chat, trying to get a locker code. Respect. By the way, shout out to everybody hanging out with us here on a Friday night. Got a couple of good ones, couple of blowouts tonight. Got a game of the week coming up later. 76ers GC taking on the Gen G Tigers. That one should be a lot of fun. 10 p.m. Eastern time. 19-point game over here. It has been all Warriors, no breaks so far. 15 for Kenny, 15 for CB, 9 for Mama. Nice dunk there, and it's 45-24 now.
Star-studded group. I already know this Warriors team is looking forward to so much in fives. Here's what they're excited about.
Yeah, well, 5v5 honestly is my favorite game mode to play. I mean, that's what I come from. Seeing Kenny got work play a new position again at lock.
It's been a lot of doubters asking can Kenny got work play lockdown. From what I'm saying, I might be one of the best.
5v5 season is the best season in my opinion. I'm ready to get that going. I know we have a really talented group. Scrimmages have been looking really positive. So we're ready to show what we could do, get out there, hoop, and pretty much dominate.
How do you guys like Kenny at lock?
I like him. It's because here's the crazy part is when you go back to that season 3 run, Kenny got work was in the conversation as a point guard to potentially get like a defensive player of the year nod because of how good he was. The numbers that he was putting up was insane. There was always time to click number 1. Kenny there on a point guard build that couldn't really do a whole lot, but they had the blitz mastered down. I feel like as each 2K goes on, blitzing does get a little bit different with like the movement systems that they end up introducing. For him to go out there and say, I'm probably the best lock in the world right now, it's a chance to try to show it. Would I consider him to definitely be in that top 10 conversation? Absolutely. But to try to get out there, I feel like the lock positions right now with some of these locks, Autumn, it's really up in the fence of who is truly like the top dog at that lockdown position, because I feel like it's just been changing like year after year. One guy maybe comes out a little bit flat-footed. You have such high expectations. All of a sudden it gives room for other people to jump into the combo.
Yeah, absolutely. Time will tell to see who's the top lock in fives for sure this season. Harris, what do you think about Kenny at lock this season?
I love it. I heard great things about it during the preseason. People talking about how he's been looking at fives. I was told by a team source that Kenny looks as good as any season of his career. And I asked, I was like, even as good as season 3? And they said, yes. The only difference is he's at lock this time. And to be honest with you, Autumn, he has been outstanding shooting the ball so far this year. One-on-one defense, I mean, look, he got Seese behind you, so he can funnel a lot more. But so far for Kenny, he has been absolutely outstanding. You see it again in this one, leading the game in scoring. 17 points.
Hey, I see Nick Gartrell's in the chat. We got a bone to pick with you, my friend. We saw the flex in front of the camera while we're waiting for you guys to play. We're not going to let that go away. So acknowledge that, Nick, and also keep Chet Gaming and Nets GC. That's going down in the 9 p.m. hour now. It's going to deny it, watch. I wasn't flexing. Man.
I had no idea the camera was on me. Yeah, that's why you're standing directly in front of the camera. 50-26 here, the Dubs. Almost doubling up Utah here in the middle of the third quarter. Delaria, nice dunk. It's a 22-point game now. Yikes.
Jay keeps trying to go full 2KL reality show. Oh, if that would have went in, I just would have thrown my mic out the window, unplugged it, and called it a night.
That's just Autumn and I. Yikes.
I was eating cookie dough in front of the fridge, bro. Sorry. We have you on camera leaning up against the desk where Shifty Kai plays. In your hand.
That's crazy. No. Not getting away from this that easy.
Is the fridge behind Kai or something? Come on, help me out here.
I'm going to give that response a 2 out of 10.
L plus ratio.
There you go, Nate. Yeah, get him, Nate. Get him. Get him, Nate. There was no cookie dough in your hand, Nick. You were flexing, standing next to Kai while we were getting ready for the game. You knew what was going on. You knew exactly what was going on. As we check in here, Warriors Gaming Squad, Mama's all smiles. He's got assistant GM Josiah Cohen sitting next to him, the statistician extraordinaire. Getting everybody on that team.
Is Josiah the one that rivals you with the stat game? I feel like
rivals?
That's like, yeah, like, do you think
passes, sir? That man.
Damn, Harris, have some fight. Have some fight.
Dirk, his sheets are so advanced that he doesn't even use Google Sheets anymore. This man has moved on to like programmer sheets for his numbers. All right, he leveled up, man. I'm still chilling on Google.
All right, we're immediately putting Harris in boot camp of ChatGPT. You're getting back at it. You're gonna come out there like, you have pie charts. I have these charts.
It's nuts, man. Shout out to Josiah Cohen. And hey, without Josiah Cohen, I wouldn't even started doing the stats work, but he inspired me back in season 2. Carried it on ever since. It's been a long road to section 400. Shout out SAP. My lovely partner, working together hard to get as many stats as we can into the broadcast. Doing a great job this year. A lot of the great advanced stats during 3v3 that we tried to create. Here we are in 5v5. We'll get into some more as we continue throughout the year. 21-point lead for Warriors Gaming Squad. This Jazz are playing the wrong tune. Kenny in the corner looking for the long 2, and that goes again. Oh my goodness. He is 8 of 9 from the floor. He cannot miss.
Well, remember we called it out as the game was starting. I was like, Harris, this is either going to be a Warriors Gaming Squad blowout, or this is going to be a very close, gritty game with Jazz Gaming fighting. There was no way that Jazz Game was going to come out here and get a blowout. I think it's kind of just playing out. Like, at least that's the thing, right? We always start off at 0-0, so no one has the benefit of the doubt. You play it close, but you just know with these teams right now, where Warriors Gaming Squad and T-Wolves Gaming are really setting the bar so far here and towards 5s. It gets real scary.
You know, the biggest difference I've seen between the Warriors as Seese hits another 3 is that Dirk, they play 24 seconds of defense, a lot of missed shots at the end of the shot clock. Jazz Gaming now down 26, maybe the biggest deficit I think I've seen a team face this year, as Rec looks to get something up. Sorry, that's Kel. He'll miss that one again.
Always needed for success, and a lot of players mentioning that in that confession cam, and also we mentioned it earlier, Dirk, the fact that you both know not only just basketball, traditional basketball, but 2K as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the thing for me. I tell people this all the time. Like, I am a nerd. When I tell people that I do not watch the NBA, like really ever, like I watch during the playoffs, and that's really about it. I maybe catch like a regular season game here or there, but I don't watch basketball. The only sport that I probably actually watch more is just soccer my entire life. Because guess what? I was born in England. That's all I ever really knew. I learned the game of basketball. Oh my goodness, snatch block from Rhea. I learned the game of basketball from playing NBA 2K10 onwards. Never was good enough to play in real life. Didn't want to play in real life. I would, you know, play pickup games over the past couple years, something like that. But that's why I've always sat there. You can know the general basics of basketball, and you can bring that into the game of NBA 2K. But 2K is just a whole different world, man. Like when we tell people who are casuals that maybe are introduced to the league for the first time, we tell them what an archetype is, and they're like, what's an archetype? It's like, cool, I can give you the entire breakdown of what an archetype is, the badges, the stats, the takeovers, the jump shots, the animations, to take that extra deep dive. So I'm always a 2K through and through type person.
Dirk, I think you would have been a bucket if you played.
Agreed.
Oh, I was no, come on, guys. just don't give me that false. I was 5'2" in high school.
You got ups though. You got some hops on you.
I used to have the ups. Ever since I started skipping leg day and skipping the gym as a whole, I don't have the ups as much anymore.
Gotta get back to it.
By the way, Joe Knows in the chat asking what club do you support. Dirk and I are big Arsenal fans, Joe Knows, but I think Dirk's heart is truly with the Spanish national team.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Nick says I'm terrible at basketball. Actually, you know what's funny? I played basketball with Nick in Vegas with Bone Collector, and I was cooking Nick. I hit a Luka Doncic-esque step back on him from the right wing, and I can still remember it vividly. I'm pulling like a LeBron James. Oh, yeah, well, I was here. I just brought the ball up the floor. I just had the screen set for him by DJ Layton, and Nick fought over top of it and right in his mitt. Pow.
Nick, you gonna stand for that? Did that happen?
Everybody in the chat saying Arsenal's a bunch of bottlers. It's funny, Dirk. Whole lot of comments coming in for people who finished behind us this season. I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to beat an oil state at the game of football. Ay. Yeah, y'all can enjoy 3rd through 20th this year. I'll take 2nd place anytime. 59-38 back over here. A dominant showing for Warriors Gaming Squad. 19 points that Kenny got work. You're a Man City fan?
I knew he was going to say it. I knew it.
Plastic fan, Plastic Club. Get that out of here.
See, Autumn, this strikes, this hit a nerve with us. We don't take kindly to it.
I'm talking trash. A lot of 3rd through 20th complainers over here. 19-point lead. 2 steals, 3 made threes for Kenny got work. He's been the star. Mama with a poor shooting night, only 1 of 6 from the 3-point line, but has not mattered one bit. He's gonna get plucked there. Nice play there from Kel. He'll get the easy 2.
Yeah, how beneficial is that for you to be off one night? I mean, we just saw Mama have 30 points the other night. But when you have other players surrounding you that can kind of pick up the load, how beneficial is it?
Oh, anytime like you can get an off-ball player to go out there like Kenny Got Work is doing right now, it just relieves so much pressure to where you're like, cool, I don't have to go out there and score 30 points tonight if we want to come out on top with a win. And that's what happens when you have a phenomenal supporting cast around you and ones that can just go out there and score and play these different positions. Now, it is getting a little scary right now. I know that it's still a 17-point lead, but Jazz Gaming's picking this up. If they were to do this in the 3rd quarter, we're seeing an entirely different outlook coming into the 4th.
Hoopster Cat asks a question. What are things that a real-life sport translate to its respective esports game? I got 3 answers for you. One is spacing. It allows you to understand where people are supposed to be on their respective court/field at all times. Timing is a big one as well, knowing when things are supposed to happen, whether it's a backdoor cut or knowing when to dex off balls. Same exact thing in real basketball, I think, is in 2K. And then I would also say formations, understanding what zone defense is, understanding what zone coverage is in football, knowing how different things work in soccer and the other esports, and also knowing what base to throw to if you're a baseball fan out there. So there are a couple, obviously the physical side of the sport, you'll never be able to replicate a video game, but the IQ side of things, I think there are definitely some things that translate over. Jazz gave me take a corner three, that one will miss. They'll be down 18 here, 2:27 to go.
I think it's the mental side of things too. Like you can tell from a trash talk perspective and mentality perspective who has played competitive sports growing up, especially like at a high level. If people have maybe played like collegiate in a sport, maybe you were like that good in high school, maybe you played like club, AAU, like things along those lines.
Yeah, a lot of guys in the league played basketball at some point, whether high school or college. Have a couple of D1 former players in the league. Bear to Beast, one of them, Maddie as well. Lavish Phenom, I believe, also played basketball in college. Not sure if that was D1.
Yeah, it was always it's like the inspiring story. Like, it sucks to hear. It's like there's a lot of guys that played sport at a high level, then they got hurt, and that's when they found 2K, and that's when they found competitive like esports. So it's always interesting to hear those stories.
Yeah, Connor used to be a D1 football player. A couple knee injuries really got him into video games, and now he's one of the most exciting rookies in the league. Though that Pistons GT team struggling a little bit in fives to start the year, currently 1-2. But hey, they started the 3v3 season 4-4, so we'll give them a little bit of time to acclimate to the new game mode. As this one over here, it's a blowout, 20-point lead now for Warriors Gaming Squad. Seese playing way too high for power forward. Yeah, you run back to that corner. CB13 looking to shake and bake, trying to get another open two. He can't hit the 25-footer. Back out to Mama, his 27-footer. That one will miss as well. Another big rebound for the Warriors. Mama again. That's a deep three, and that one will go. Finally, I believe that's his first made three since the first quarter. Comes with a minute left to go in the game.
Yeah, I like what Jono says too, being able to take criticism and holding yourself and others to standards. I feel like everybody at some point in their life has had a coach, whatever sport that you play, that like really reams into you, and you got to learn how to take it. And I feel like it really shapes you up. And just from competitive esports standpoint, because the trash talk is like on another level with some of these guys, and especially like with your teammates who maybe don't have that same mentality as you, it's a big time adjustment.
A couple of the guys in the chat, Bagmotion saying he went to William Penn for basketball. Slaughter played D2. Slaughter making a great point in the chat that Bear played basketball in Europe for 2 years. Fascinating. He knows what it's like to be an international player, but it's reversed this time. Him going over across seas to play a little basketball. Shout out to all the hoop lovers that we have watching here on a Friday night with us, and also who play 2K out there. They're all connected through this wonderful game of basketball. Best sport in the world for my money. We are watching maybe not the prettiest form of it right now, as the Warriors piling it on. 23-point lead as Mama hits another one. That'll help the point differential as we get closer and closer to the in-person bracket stage for the tip-off tournament powered by AT&T. That is where this game will end. 70-47. Yes, that's how it will stand. 23-point win for the Dubs. They make another statement, and they keep tabs with T-Wolves Gaming at the top of the West. Both of them are 3-0. We're going to head to a quick commercial break. We got another two great series on the other side. Don't go anywhere.